The first card you have for your past is the Three of Wands. So obviously this is the card of waiting. Everyone knows that. So yes, I'm seeing you waiting. I'm seeing you waiting in this card. I'm seeing, well, you're not in this card, but I'm seeing you waiting. I'm seeing you waiting. You're waiting to hear from someone. That's what I'm seeing. And yes, this could have been really causing some stress for you, actually. Really stressful, really waiting for someone. I'm seeing it was probably causing you a lot more stress than it should have been, actually. But you're really, really wanting to hear from this person. It could have been a love situation, because I'm seeing, this red cloak on this man. So obviously you're very passionate about wanting to hear from them. You wanted to hear from them. You felt passionate toward this person. And there's also a checkerboard pattern on the cloak as well. So obviously that reminds me of racing cars. So in a hurry, you wanted to rush in, you wanted this person to hurry up and contact you, communicate with you. I'm not actually seeing any real problems around this. I'm probably seeing there was probably a good reason why they were a bit quiet, or they weren't really communicating very well with you. There's a calm sea on this card, so everything's very calm. There's no turmoil, there's no problem, there's no third parties. Even though this is the Three of Wands, I'm not seeing that. I'm just seeing that, you were waiting, and you weren't saying much to them. I'm not seeing that you felt this anxiousness and you were kind of saying to them, hurry up, talk to me, or you weren't texting them, you weren't bothering them or anything like that. You had this anxiety around this inside of yourself. I'm actually glad you didn't say a lot to them, or maybe you didn't say anything to them, because I'm not actually seeing any problems around this connection. There aren't any problems around this at all. There was probably some proper reason, some real reason why they weren't communicating. It could be anything really, but I'm not seeing any bad problem about that. I'm not seeing any reason why they weren't. Yes, the next card you have of your past is the Four of Pentacles. So this person could have been a little bit quiet, a little bit guarded, guarding themselves. Not in a bad way. I'm not seeing that they were guarding themselves from you personally. I'm just seeing that, it might just be in their personality to be a little bit reserved. And again, I really wouldn't take this personally. The man in this card, obviously he has, he's holding on to himself, he's guarding himself, but he has his back to the city as well. Now, obviously there are a lot of people in the city walking around, if you think of a city. So this person can be a bit distant with everyone, with a lot of people. They have their back on a lot of people, not just you. I'm not saying they have their back on you, but what I mean is, they're a bit distant from everyone. They're a bit reserved, they're a bit quiet, they're not very outgoing. They might not like chatting on the phone for a lot. They might not like texting. It might be something like that. It's just in their personality to be a bit like that. But I'm seeing that maybe you overreacted to whatever was going on with this lack of communication. Because I'm seeing maybe you have, yes, maybe you had some problems in your past. Maybe you had some problems in your childhood. Maybe you had some abandonment problems or something like that. And maybe when you feel that people are being distant with you for whatever reason, you might be kind of triggering these old feelings that you've had from being abandoned. It might be something like that. It might go all the way back to your childhood. And if that's happened to you, I'm very sorry that's happened to you. So yes, this might make you feel overstressed every time someone kind of doesn't talk to you, or they don't communicate, or they disappear, or something like that. So if this resonates, try to think about, if this comes up again, if this triggers you, if you get this really horrible feeling like someone's distant, or they don't text you back straight away, or whatever they do, they don't communicate properly. If this triggers this horrible feeling that you're going to be abandoned, try to remember where this feeling actually comes from, the real source of this feeling. Think about that. Don't dwell on it, obviously. I know it's probably painful, but think about, this comes from that time in my past. It doesn't come from this person. So I have no reason to think that this person is going to abandon me. So think about it logically. Don't just feel the horrible feeling and feel all horrible and start panicking. Feel the feeling, think about it, and then step back from it and think about it logically and think about where that comes from. That's what I'm seeing now. So the last card you have for your past is, yes, the devil, the horrible, ugly, old, nasty devil. Yes, I hate this card. What I'm seeing in this card is I'm seeing a project. I'm seeing some kind of thing you're working on. It might be a business project, a business venture or something. This is something that, this is something you've been working on for a long time. You're still going to be working on this for a while. This is something that means a lot to you. This project comes straight from your heart. This comes from your heart. If you look at this devil and you look at his legs, you probably don't want to look at the devil, but if you do look at him, you can see his legs are forming a kind of a heart. This project comes from your heart. So this is a warning to you, obviously, with this horrible devil. Just be careful of who you might be talking to about this project. Be careful who you're going to accept help from around this project. I'm seeing someone who might be a bit dodgy, they might be a bit unethical, they might be unethical business-wise or something like that. This might be someone who comes around who says to you, oh, you're working on this, are you? Well, I know I have a lot of contacts in the business world, and I know that if you're looking for, say, a publisher, or you're looking for an agent, or you're looking for someone, they can, oh yes, I know this person, oh, I've been to LA, I know this and that. Yes, this person is basically talking out of somewhere. It's not their mouth, let's say that. So I don't want to make you feel paranoid again. I don't want to make you feel worried about everyone that's around you. I don't want you to be looking over your shoulder thinking, oh, this person's going to do something to me and I have to be careful and watch my back. No, don't feel like that. You'll know when this person comes around you. You'll know this is a dodgy person. This is someone who you don't want to be around. Again, if it sounds too good to be true, obviously it is. Follow your instincts. I know you have very strong instincts. Please follow them. And if you do that, you'll avoid this person. The first card you have for your present is the High Priestess. So yes, you have high instincts. Very, very, very strong instincts. I'm saying High Priestess and high and strong instincts. I'm tired. Yes, I'm tired. So yes, the High Priestess, you have strong instincts. The High Priestess is all about instinctiveness, spirituality, following your higher self, following your instincts, all of that kind of thing. So yes, you have good instincts and you're very wise as well, like the High Priestess. So I'm sure you're going to be aware of what's going on when this dodgy devil person comes your way. You'll be able to recognize them straight away, I'm sure of that. I'm also seeing someone who you're very close to, who hasn't been around you, and now they are around you. This is probably a friend. And I'm seeing you're spiritually close to this person. Spiritually, I can't talk. This is how tired I am. Yes, you're very close to this person spiritually. So you have a spiritual connection, a very strong connection with this person. It's like, you can communicate with this person almost without words. It's like you can communicate with them. You might be thinking a thought, they're thinking the same thought. You might you might think about them and then they call you. It might be that kind of connection that you have with them. So it goes beyond words. This is a very special person to you. This is a very special connection. Yes, you connect on a very, very deep level. And the other thing I'm also looking at on this card is the Moon card. And I was seeing a similar thing in another reading. But yes, I'm seeing the same kind of thing in this reading. If you look at the moon at the bottom of this card, the moon influences the tides. So obviously the tides come in and out depending on the moon, whatever the moon's doing. So this person could have been in and out of your life a bit, actually. So when they're out of your life, when they're in your life, whatever happens, you're still very spiritually close to this person. You have this very strong connection with them. And you might even feel a closer connection with this person when they're not physically around you. That might be the case. But yes, they have been in and out of your life. And this is a very special person, and I think they're always going to be in your life, always. The next card you have for your present is the Five of Wands. So yes, I'm seeing some competition around you with this card, and this could be in the workplace or something work related. Now, yes, there's good competition and there's bad competition. There's healthy competition and there's petty, jealous, silly competition, which is what I'm seeing this is about. Because when I look at this card, I see immaturity, I see children doing some kind of silly fighting in the playground, that kind of thing. I'm seeing numbers as well when I look at this card. Numbers, vast numbers, lots and lots of numbers. I'm seeing figures, numbers. People are trying to they're trying to have some kind of competition around numbers. They're trying to get better scores, better bonuses, better something to do with numbers, or something like that. I'm seeing bragging, I'm seeing jealousy around this, all of this kind of thing. Now, you don't want to have anything to do with this kind of messiness. Look how messy this card is. This is the messy card. And I'm seeing you trying to rise above this. You don't want to join into this kind of rubbish. Yes, I have a lot of theories about numbers and how people are so attached to numbers, humans are attached to numbers, and how they're actually irrelevant. They have an obsession with numbers. A lot of people do. I won't talk about that now, but yes, if you want to hear a bit about my theory on numbers, ask me in the comments. I might do a video on that at some time. But anyway, I won't talk about that now. But yes, this is irrelevant, this silly this silly kind of obsession, obsession with numbers. And yes, you're rising above that. And it's funny because if you look at the High Priestess is right above this card, this Five of Wands. So the High Priestess is rising above this silly, petty Five of Wands card. And that's what you're doing. You're rising above that. So it's very telling that this happens to be situated above that card. So the last card you have for your present is the Eight of Pentacles. So yes, look at that. You're keeping your head down. You're not getting involved in any of this craziness. I'm also seeing you working on this project in the Devil card, this personal project that means a lot to you personally. I'm seeing you trying to perfect things, crossing things out, fixing up mistakes, changing things around, working very carefully as well as hard. You're working very carefully on this project, and you're going to be transformed. You're going to be transformed by this project when it's finished, and it's going to transform you. It's going to send you in a totally different place. And you're going to really, really rise above everything that's worldly even. It's going to be really an amazing spiritual transformation for you as well. That's what I'm seeing. And that's another reason why you're not interested in what's happening in the Five of Wands. But you're not interested anyway. I'm not either. So the first card you have for your future is the Six of Pentacles. So yes, here's this project again I'm seeing. I'm going to talk about this project a lot, this one that you're working on, because this is very important to you, and I'm seeing this a lot in all of these cards. So it's going to come up a lot, and don't be angry with me if I kind of seem to be repeating myself. I don't mean to, but this is just coming up all the time. This is very important to you. Now, I might have seen this project in your last reading, something to do with writing maybe. So this project is growing. It's still going to be growing at this time. It's going to grow to the point where you're going to need some extra help with this. You're not going to be able to do everything by yourself forever. It's going to go beyond that point. I'm seeing you trying to think about eventually maybe employing someone, maybe a consultant or some kind of advisor on some areas of this. Obviously not this dodgy person in the Devil card. This is going to be people who are very above board, and I'm seeing you weighing up this decision. It might end up to be being between two people or two companies or something like that. And obviously you want to make a profit. Yes, you do. This is going to be a business venture, but you're also going to want people who are going to be beyond profit, beyond finance. It's not only about that. This is very personal to you. So the person or the company that you're going to have to help you with this is going to have a very special understanding of the subject that you're writing about, or whatever this is. And they're going to have to be a very, very special person that's going to have to understand you personally, because this is a very personal thing. So I'm seeing you taking your time to decide. I'm seeing a choice between two people in this card, and obviously you're going to have to pay someone. So yes, this person's weighing things up. They're thinking, who am I going to pay? This person or that person? Who's the better person? That's what I'm seeing, or the better company. The next card you have, your future, is the Hermit. So yes, again, this is one of the reasons why you're going to be choosing whoever this is very, very carefully. Again, this has a deep connection to you. This is a very personal project. It's very, 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 it's like it's at the heart of you. That's what I was seeing in the Devil card. This comes from your heart. So whoever this is that you choose, it's not about buying and selling. It's not about money. Yes, of course, you have to make a profit, of course, but it's not about that. It goes much deeper than that. You're going to have to find someone very special. I'm just seeing the same thing again. So yes, there's a lot of precious information in this. Not everyone is going to understand about this project and about this information. But again, you're going to have to really, really try and find the right people, and you are going to take your time. You're very, very cautious. You're a very careful person. You're a very patient person, and you're a very detailed oriented person as well. So this is where you're going to excel. You're going to find the perfect person, and you're going to take the time to do that. The last card you have for your future is the Seven of Pentacles. So again, I'm sorry, this is what I'm seeing. I'm repeating myself. I know, shoot me if you want to. Again, this is about patience, taking your time to find the right people or person or company or whatever, whoever is going to help you with this. Now, yes, part of this again is about weighing up profit over personal things, finding the right balance between the two. And again, yes, I won't say any more about that. It's just about the same thing again. You're not going to let profit spoil the personal, but you're also going to make a profit about this because you are business minded. So again, it's about balancing the two. If you look at this card, this man has a big pile of coins next to him. He's looking at it. He has one in front of him and he's thinking, do I want to make a big profit? Do I want to keep to the personal and not make such a profit? Now, it doesn't have to be either or. You can make a profit and you can also have something that's deeply personal to you. I mean, look at all the people who write music. Look at the people who have the best-selling albums that are also very deeply meaningful. Look at all these amazing paintings that are in the world. They're actually very, very expensive, but they have the heart of the person in them. So it doesn't have to be either or. And I think you know that. But, it's just finding the balance once again.